Welcome back, friends, to TV5 News at 9. It is time now. We love it. Legally Speaking with attorney Carol Thomas. Thank you for joining us. We're so glad to see you. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you very much for having me back.
Of course. You're always welcome here. Today we are talking about elder law, estate planning, and trust. Now, as an elder law attorney, you enjoy really helping people with estate planning, protecting their life savings from nursing home expenses, and also providing documents, including wills and trusts. What are some of the biggest mistakes that you see people make?
I really want to talk about this for a long time,
Yes.
so let's talk about the biggest mistakes.
Okay.
The number one mistake that I see is parents, if a parent dies, someone tells them add your child's name on the deed.
Oh.
That is a huge mistake. A shortcut never works, and people think it's just the easiest thing, but if you add a child's name on a deed, it can cause some serious issues. The other big mistake with deeds is a lot of people these days are doing what's called ladybird deeds. And a ladybird deed is where you actually, I would say, I, Carol Thomas, leave my home to my children, and it states it on the deed. Oh, but Colette, it's not a good way to do estate planning at all. Not at all.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Attorney Thomas, what else, what other issues do you see often?
A lot of people think that all they need is a will.
Okay.
And wills worked for our parents. Wills worked 20, 30 years ago. But these days, things are so much different that you need much more than a will, and I highly recommend a trust. If someone is over the age of 50 and they own real estate, the trust is the much better way to go.
Well, there are so many things like this that we just don't know. Why is it so important to see an elder law attorney like yourself?
Well, elder law is really a very specific area of the law. I kind of compare it to if you had a heart issue, you wouldn't have your family practitioner deal with you, you'd go to a cardiologist.
That's right.
Estate planning attorneys, they're wonderful, but they just deal with what happens the day that you die. We deal, as elder law attorneys, what happens if there's an incapacity issue before you die, and so many lawyers don't deal with that, and it can cause some major issues as far as people losing their entire life savings because they're not prepared. It's really important to see an office with a certified elder law attorney. You know, there are only 18 in the state.
Wow.
Very specialized area.
Yeah, and Attorney Thomas, I always love how you tell people do not procrastinate. Is there anything else, any other advice that you would tell our viewers?
Well, I actually had a client that gave me a wonderful line last week. I said, you're going to hear it on TV next week, because she was getting all of her planning done, and she was in her early 50s. And she said all of her friends said, oh, you're way too young to do this. And she said, well, Carol helped me with my parents, and one thing I learned, it's never too early, but it can be too late. And I just love what she said.
I love that. Oh, that's great. Say that again, Attorney Thomas.
It's never too early, but it can be too late.
Perfect.
Because she had run into that with her parents. It was too late.
Yeah. Anything else that you'd like to let us know? We love it when you come here, because everyone they have their paper, their pen out there, jotting this down. Just great information for us that we don't think about often.
Exactly. I just want to encourage people to not wait, as you said. It's very sad if I have a spouse come to see me.
Yes.
Spouse just had a stroke, they're not prepared, and sometimes I can't help them save anything. And that's heartbreaking, not only for them, but for me. And that's why I love doing these segments with you, so I can let people know, please get this done. You just never know.
There's so many unforeseen things that can happen. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Appreciate it. And you at home, thank you for listening. If you have any more information or would want any more information, please head on over to the hot link section. That's at WNEM.com. And do not go anywhere. John has your forecast right after the break.